Live for the Pines, episode 87. 87 episode. It's crazy how far we've come. Tonight, we welcome special guest, head football coach, athletic coordinator, Coach Malcom Hill, Pflugerville Weiss High School. How are you doing tonight, Coach?
Man, I'm doing better now. We on the pod. You know what I'm
Man, we've
saying?
been trying to get this going since the 707 state championship. And, I know you were busy, and we finally got around to each other and getting this to happen. It means a lot to the show, man. We thank you for coming on here and what you do for Texas high school football. Also, we thank you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Man, it's great to get you sit down and finally talk to you, man. So, a little bit about you, where it started, your playing days, your first stops in coaching. What got you into coaching? Let's hear it.
Nah, man. So I'm originally from Frisco, Texas. I went to Frisco Liberty and was coached by Joe McBride and Galen Zimmerman. Coach Z, he's a AD and head coach at Dripping Springs. And I know Coach McBride, he's retired, but those two really kind of planted the seed. There was a teacher by the name of Miss Rungy at the time. She also planted the seed. Like she just going through a lot in high school, kind of like a lot of these boys that I get to coach now. And just she gave a listening ear. Was always just telling me that this avenue to impact lives was something that was special, and that was one of my dreams, just to impact lives. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I wanted to do that. After that, I went to Rice. I played safety at Rice for 4 years, and our DC Chris Thurman, that's my guy. He was like, "Hey, you're going to be a high school coach. You need a coach." And I was like, "Nah, I'm finna go to college. I'm about to go make this money." I was a GA at Central Missouri. I was making $500 a month, brother. Rent was $250. It's my first time being out the state. I'm in Warrensburg. A lady at the Walmart talking about, "I need an ice scraper." I'm looking at her like, I don't know what that is. I don't need none of that. I'm like, I'm from Texas, baby. We don't do none of this. It got to snowing out there, and you best believe I went and bought an ice scraper. I got out of there, was quality control at Sam Houston, and then just kind of sat back and really. I mean, although I was young, I knew I wanted to have a family. I knew I wanted to make an impact, and they were building high schools back in Frisco. So I went back home, became a high school coach, went from Frisco Reedy to Coppell, back to Reedy, and then was blessed with opportunity at Prosper. And shout out to Coach Cole for giving me the opportunity to be a coordinator at Reedy. And then Tyler Moore, man, when he first got his head job at Prosper, when he got promoted, he called me, and it's such a blessing to be under a guy like that, who's also up and coming. Just kind of see how he's done it over the past 2 years, and now I'm here in Pflugerville. So it's been a journey, but a lot of people to give thanks to, and obviously God just directing my footsteps and paths just to lead me right here to these boys at this time is something I'm truly honored and grateful for.
That's what you said earlier stood out a lot to me. You had that teacher, and you were able to talk to her, and she was listening here. But like, how important is that now that you've been through those stages, been through those shoes, seen the struggles, making $500 a month, $250 rent, and now you got to this position you're in now to be able to talk to kids and tell them, hey, this is, I went through this. I get where you're at, but there's a way out of there. If you put your head in these books and you really love the game of football, you can go do something very special. And I think a lot of kids think, okay, I got to go play in the pros. It's a free chance at an education. And most of the times you can stay a fifth year and have your master's.
Absolutely. The way college is going now, they're giving boys 8, 9, 10 years of eligibility. But I mean, at the end of the day, my biggest thing is, and I won't preach to you, but
I want to hear it all. That's why
there's in Philippians 4, and it's crazy. Philippians 4:13. So everybody thinks of that verse as like a strength verse when it comes to like football, right? And it's honestly misquoted if we're being honest. But before that, in verse 11, Paul talks about like living in abundance and living without, right? And so finding that balance in between and being content wherever you are. and finding peace. And that's the key to life: being okay when you have a lot, and being okay when you don't have anything. And so, and that's kind of what my life has been. I've had a lot, I've had nothing, but at the end of the day, I'm grateful. And I found peace in both scenarios. So I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity not only to connect with these kids that have something that don't have anything, but at the end of the day, we both know that we need each other. And so there's no just self-made people here, man. It's an entire community. It's a village, and that's what I bring.
See, that's, and that's where a lot of kids, they find trust and connection and all those things. And I don't really think it matters, like you say, where you come from, the background you come from. As long as you have the right people around you
Absolutely.
with the same intentions you can accomplish a lot. And we talked before the show came on, every kid's story is different.
Absolutely.
And every kid doesn't need as much attention as some other kids need. But having you and having a staff around you that's willing to dedicate the time and be there for the kids. Sometimes you got to be dad, sometimes you got to be uncle, you got to be coach, you got to be grandpa, you got to play all those different roles.
No,
but
absolutely.
That's what Texas high school football is all about.
And in all honesty, when you think about the job that we get to do, the profession that we live, and get to carry out daily, man, I will never complain about this job. There's too many roles that we have to play, too many hats that we have to wear, and I'm gonna wear them every day, because
Probably.
these kids are worth it. These kids are worth it. I mean, when you think about the connections that you get to make, it's a different connection every day. And I tell the kids, I work for y'all, man. Like, if it's not right for y'all, then we're not doing it. And not to say like the kids run everything, but I mean, what are we doing? We're here to serve, and however they need to be served, wherever they need to be served, is the biggest deal for me.
And it's like people always tell me, like, why do y'all do these things? Y'all are y'all don't have kids. You don't have kids in the program, But if you can be a blessing and be somebody for a kid to look up to, you changed a life. If a kid can see you similar to age and understand what you're doing for them, it's not because you have to do it, because you want to do it, then you've already beat every battle right there. And I saw something that stood out to me last night. Coach beat me this morning. Coach DJ posted on Facebook. The same people talk crazy about the same coaches people talk crazy about pick up and drop off kids with cars in the yard, feed these kids, check their grades, talk to teachers, hug them when things are bad at home, work weekends trying to make your kids successful, miss their own kids' events, are responsible for being in class teaching kids with little to no home training, send film to college coaches even though the kid is average. They love your kids, win or lose. That stood out so much because I don't think people honestly realize what coaches in general go through. I wouldn't just say Texas high school football coaches, even though this show is catered to Texas high school football coaches, but people don't understand half the shoes y'all have to wear.
No doubt, man, and that's why I believe it's such a tight community, and you also appreciate the parents that do understand, and like the parents that don't understand, you don't have to like break your back for them to understand. You just continue to do consistent action, and I believe that people, that's all people want to see. It's consistent action. I tell these kids every day, don't follow what I say, follow what I do. And that goes for every coach on this staff. That goes for every player, because everything sounds good until it's inconvenient, and then you show up and with your actions. And so hopefully those things match up, whether it's good times or bad times. But man, you're not lying, man. There's a ton of coaches that have changed lives, and not just the individual lives, that change generation. Like, you change kids and their kids' lives just because of a moment in time that you took out of your day or out of your year to really pour in, and those deposits pay off down the road. Like I said, you just plant a seed and you keep watering it, and it's not about if it's going to sprout, because it is. It's a matter of when.
And I want to just congratulate you, because one thing we hear a lot when the coaching search is going on, he's not qualified. He's too young. He's never been there, did that. He's never been at a state championship game. He's never made a playoff run. He's never did this. He's never been AD. He's never been this. He's never been that. do people not realize in order for you to become that, you have to start somewhere to become that person?
Uh-huh.
Like that just it just blows my mind out of the water. You people are like, I'm sure when you got the job, people are like, oh, he's too young. He can't do it.
Mhm.
He can't handle these kids. He's too young. He's gonna try to be a friend to him. And then now they're looking up and they're like, he's doing something right. And
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. When did you get there?
I got here the first week of June, man.
So you had June, July, and next thing you know, you're getting ready to play a schedule of doom.
That's it.
Like,
We were right
and then
into it.
in your district, it's gonna be a ball game for one or two teams to make that spot because
No doubt.
you have an Anna Consolidated that's really good always.
Absolutely.
College Station down year, graduated 40-something seniors. They're still gonna play. They're still gonna play. Have a chance to make
Very good
run a district. You have Pflugerville Weiss. You have Austin Anderson that has somehow came out of the woodworks and is playing, great football every week.
Absolutely. And like
That's your last game of the season.
It is. And College Station and Anderson are coming up. And at the end of the day, what I tell these guys right now is simple. And when you focus on us, when you focus on doing things right consistently, and you take it one day at a time, tomorrow has enough worries of its own. Let's just lock in on a day and be great today. And I think they've, it's hard sometimes for kids to really live that out, and it's hard for adults too. But it's something that we take step by step, and it's not just lip service, man. It's a daily walk because we got to die to that sometimes, man. Like that looking ahead, when you start rushing time, you be rushing moments and you miss moments, and every moment is a first for me as a new head coach. But man, I know I'm in the right spot, and I'm so thankful to be here. It's been an amazing so far.
How big was it for the community and for the administrators to believe in you and trust you with this position?
Man, I tell you what, everything that you said, right? When you hear what you can't do, but you know what you're capable of doing, and really not even just more than capable, more so willing to do. And I knew because of what I've seen, the coaches that I look up to, and how my parents have raised me. I knew I could do a good job. It just took the right opportunity, and you know I'm not afraid to say it. Like people have turned the job down. People have moved on from the job. Was I the first pick? No. Was I the second? No. And quite frankly, I don't care. I'm the man.
You're
I'm the
there
man.
now.
That's it.
It's
And
mine now.
however the opportunity presents itself, and in whatever timing, like I'm glad that God had me in mind, and I'm just overly thankful. And so when I got here, I just wanted to um, be a light that can not praise myself, but continue to push the kingdom forward. And however people want to receive that is how they want to receive it. But I know what I'm here to do. And the admin, Miss Hunt, has been phenomenal. Her entire admin staff has been phenomenal. Coach Lamb, matter of fact, shout out to Coach Lamb. It's his birthday today, so that's our AD. He's been great. Finding mentors and just being in a place that I can be who I am for these kids and not have to sit here and act a certain way that I'm not. And they say, "Hey, go serve." I'm there. Our girls coordinator, Coach Huffman, has been incredible too. And so it's just been a joy to work with people who want the same thing and want to push the campus forward.
So what was the process that led you to the Pflugerville? I know you said you weren't first, you weren't second, but you're there now.
Yeah.
But what was part of the process like?
Man, it was crazy. Like I remember I'm in Coach Moore's office in Prosper. And this is my first year I started interviewing for jobs, right? Um, So I got a couple of interviews, and I saw this job come open. This was early though, and I was like, man, why is that job open? That's supposed to be a pretty good job. But I'm in Dallas area, and I'm like, man, that job's going to a head coach, somebody with experience, because that's all you hear. Like you got to have it. And being in this chair, I can see where some people's like, okay, yeah, there's some experience that you have to have, but also man, in order to get experience, somebody got to give it to you. And the timing is why I'm in this spot. You get a late search. A lot of head coaches are not moving late. And so you go get a coordinator, and that's kind of what happened. Like they were almost done with school, kind of at the end of the second search, and I got a call, and I was like, "Whoa, really? Okay."
I'm on the
Well,
way.
man, that's it. If you're willing to take a chance, and because somebody gave you a chance, man, I'm there. You don't even have to tell me twice. Just let me know where I need to show up, and when I got in there, I was calm, and I felt like that was where it's supposed to be. I prayed or fasted on it before, and it all happened pretty quick. And ever since I stepped on campus, the community has been great, family has been great, and the kids have embraced me and my staff. So.
Was it so when you came in? Was it like the expectation already there? Of what we want, or did you have to come in and like try to have a mini off season, you don't have much time. You got there real late.
That's
We
it.
kicked off the ball in 2 months. we gotta install.
No doubt.
I gotta learn your name. I gotta learn your name.
Man.
We got a lot. I gotta finish a staff. I
Still
gotta fill my
learning.
staff out.
Yeah, still learning, man. We had to hire 7 to 8 new guys on staff. There's a guy on staff by the name of Coach. We call him Coach Flo, Josue Flores. This man wears many hats. He kind of held this program together in that springtime where Coach Hughes went to Horn and took a great job. And in all honesty, they were without. And he has been a true somebody I could call a brother, like a true family man, a family member of mine, that I can't say enough good things about. So when I moved down here, he welcomed me in with his family. I was staying at his house for a little while. I kicked his little son out of his own bedroom, and so I got to be roommates with the Flores family for a little bit. But my thing when I got here was, if they could just see who I am as a person, all the other stuff will fall into place. Because X's and O's are great. Like they hired me because I know football. They can hire anybody. But like we said earlier in the show, it was a connection that needed to be made. Before you can do anything that I say, before you can respect me, not by title, but just by person, by man alone, I got to earn it from you guys. And so that was my thing to the kids. Do not give me the respect. Let me earn it from you. Because when I earn it, this thing can go a little bit further. We're good.
We're good.
And I'm going to earn this every day. Earn the respect. Earn your trust. Because when I coach you hard, I want you to know it's coming from a good place. And I tell the kids every time, hey, I love you, dog. Like when I coach you hard, I can say I love you right after that. I don't get excited or happy for you because of the result. No, I'm excited and happy for you because you're starting to learn, and the result may be positive, and that's great. If the result is negative, then we learn from it. But that doesn't really determine how much I love you or not. I got 200 kids in the program. They're all my favorite. Like I said, I just love to be around these kids and showing them exactly how it is to navigate adversity, navigate great times, and how to handle success. That's the issue nowadays that I feel. Everybody gets comfortable with success, and you know what that leads to, man? Complacency. And we try to fight comfort every day.
Got to.
Man,
I saw something last night. Teddy Bridgewater, if you can remember, I know I was super young, but the year of the Bulls, Miami Northwestern.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
He's in there slapping them all.
Uh-huh.
If another man come to your house, take your remote control. What you gonna do? And they were asking Teddy. They were watching the video, and they were like, y'all are okay with this? And Teddy was like, that's all we knew. They knew for us to respond. This is how they had to act. And he was like, if you go back and you look at, when I was there, he said it'd be moments where I'd call a timeout, and I'd wrap my hand up with a towel, and we just start fist fighting. And he said people see that and they see a bad image, but they don't realize where we come from in Miami. This is how our kids respond.
Mm.
And you have to do what works for you. I'm not saying to go out there and beat your kids by any means. I'm not saying
That, definitely not over here.
You got to do what works for your kids.
Okay.
Every kid is not built the same. Every kid doesn't take the same type of coaching. You might have this kid over here that you could sit there and say whatever to, and he's going to respond the positive way. But this kid might break down from it.
That's the truth.
But once you build that relationship, like you said, and I know that you will do the same that I'll do for you, you're going to get these kids 100% ability. They're going to give you everything they got then. And, I know people talk about, different schools and stuff, but I'm talking about what I see and what I know. And it's like, when a kid can relate to you and they find that trust, like, it takes a little bit. You're the new guy on the block.
Yep.
But once they find that trust in relationship, it means everything in that kid. They know they can call on you for anything.
Absolutely.
And that's what people don't realize, just because dad's not there doesn't mean this kid doesn't have somebody.
Absolutely.
I built this trust and I built this relationship to be that person for this kid. So, like you said, you can do as I do, not as I say. It all hits the head on. It's right there.
That's it, man. And I can't put it a better way. I got a staff who we just met, so we got to build trust within each other. I thank them every day because you got a guy coming in who hasn't done it before, who you don't know. You've never seen me, never met me. And I'm just sitting here trying to give you the vision and wanting you to come along. So I'm thankful for every single coach this year that has given it an opportunity because, it gets scary sometimes when you don't know what you're getting. And these guys, like I said, all I ask is be where you're supposed to be, do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it to the best of your ability. Fellas, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. My defense coordinator, Cam Devereaux, he came from Prosper with me. Incredible. Like, ready to be a head coach. This guy's a servant. John Ross, who I literally on the phone met him through another coach, never met him. One conversation, I knew he was life-changing. I knew it. And like I said, the things that start to align, man, I'm just so grateful for it because I can't even make this up. This is not any of my doing, man. It's just, like I said, God has been really good in the tough times and in the good times. So
that's great. So, a little bit about when you get there, like we said, you didn't have much time. What was the day-to-day activities looking like? School's about to start. We got to start practicing. We got to make sure we got uniforms, equipment.
The day-to-day look like this. Brother, when I talk about, look, and I don't do pools, I don't swim, but Lord have mercy, I was swimming upstream. I couldn't even, I think DJ Man had sent me a text from A&M and he told me to eat. Like, I was just moving so much. There was so much that I felt that needed to get done. I was like, brother, like, people really don't think, like, I was forgetting to, like, sometimes just go grab a meal. I'll get up here early and stay late. And I was like, man, this ain't gonna last. I'm gonna get a head coach and I ain't finna make it the first year. I gotta, we gotta lock in, get on the schedule. But, you think that you have so much to do. What's most important is just, like you said, just taking it day to day. And so trying to get the offense installed, trying to get people hired and all that stuff. When I think about it now, like, man, it got taken care of.
That's all that matters.
We had 2 months to put our new, like, our core values, our disciplines in, and it got put in. How you maximize the day will continue to set you up. And I think, like, how we did it, we did the best that we could. And like I said, it's still a work in progress. We're still under construction. And I don't think we'll ever not be under construction, because I feel like when you stop growing or you stop building, you're not in the right place. It's time to go.
It's time to move around, do something different.
That's it, man. So I tell you what, man, I can think back to it now, and I feel like I'm just starting to catch my breath a little bit. But that before, your boy was hurting. Your boy was hurting. I got to be honest. I was out here just trying to meet everybody and be whatever the kids needs to be. But it's good. It allowed me to be in this spot right now.
It's
Being
crazy
able to
what you
breathe a
just
little
said.
bit.
All the things you have to do, but you still people want you to go win football games.
Man,
Like they
man,
don't.
I'm trying to
I
tell
don't
you.
think people don't like people from the outside looking in. I don't think they see everything but Friday nights and Thursday nights and Saturday nights when you're playing. Like
That's it.
that stuff, like because I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm guilty. Like I've said some of the worst things you can about a coach. But
Man, I hear it.
once you really see the ins and outs of what coaches go through, and I'm not giving everybody an excuse now. Like,
No doubt. No doubt.
like some L's ain't excuse. Like,
No, that.
I'll give you a few, but some L's ain't excuse. But it's a grind.
Nah, it is. It is, man. And at the end of the day, this is the life that we chose. But like you said, man, it's what people see on Friday, but that Monday through Thursday, Saturdays and Sundays, man, that's really where the fun is, man. Like, I'm just glad people get to see a display of the process of the preparation. But these kids grow so much. Basically, that Monday through Thursday, man, it's incredible to watch it. And like I said, I don't know if I do anything else.
Like
It's
Coach
sometimes hard
Absek
to like
says.
take your mind off and do something, but man,
I
it's
like when
something new
Coach
every day,
Absek
man.
got here. He opened up like practice and everything to the public.
Uh-huh.
I want y'all to come see it. I want y'all to be there to see it.
Good.
What you see Monday through Wednesday will change a lot of what people have to say on Friday.
No, no doubt.
Like that
No
goes a
doubt.
long way. And what you see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will explain everything to you on Friday.
That's the truth.
When you see the battles that are being fought in 3 days,
Boy.
and then we got to turn around and we got to be there Saturday. You got to be there Sunday. We got to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday again. Sub varsity got to play on Thursday. Varsity got to play again on Friday.
Man, what I'm talking about this football season is no joke. And I don't believe that you can continue to do this and wake up early in the morning, come on the weekends if you really don't love to serve, man. It's just too hard. There's too many other things that you could be doing with your time.
Football is one of the most football coach is one of the most underpaid jobs, and they expect y'all to work every day.
Man,
So if you don't love it,
can't do it.
it ain't for you can't do it. It'll kill you. You see coaches get out of coaching all the time.
All the time. All the time, man. You better have a greater purpose. Don't forget your why, because sometimes it gets blurry. But
It's very so. Coach Hill, what do you say has stood out the most to you from the time you got there to where you're at now, 5-1, with a chance to go play for a district championship? What has stood out to you the most? What can you tell a difference? What you've seen on film from last year to this year? Because you had to go back and watch the film from last year. You had to go see it for your own eyes.
No doubt. Well, I knew, like I said, this was going to be a pretty talented team. So shout out to Coach Hughes and the staff. They definitely left a great deal of talent. The biggest thing that the difference is that this group is close, man. This team is a close knit group. They really enjoy each other. We spent a lot of time, and we spent a lot of meeting times praying together, just then opening up, leaving the floor open for kids to share, and that has been the biggest thing for us. We can go out there and practice together. We know that. We can go to team bonding events, but when we close the doors in this meeting room and we ask you to share what's heavy on you, we got kids that losing family members, dealing with different struggles, and we close those doors and we allow them to let it all out, and the way that the message is received and the response from the team, that's the stuff that people don't see. And that to me is something that these kids will never forget. Like when you don't feel like you have a safe place outside of this place, but it's extremely safe right here. You know, you got people that won't let you walk alone. It's different, and that's the difference. Like it has nothing. Like talent is gonna be talent, no matter where you go. But when that talent doesn't want to let their brother down, just because we're not even playing for ourselves. We playing for my brother right next to me, and that's true. We playing for, you know, the people that sacrificed for us to get here, and that's something that we talk about every day. This life and this game ain't about us. There's too many people that sacrificed for us to get here. We're just thankful we got an opportunity to be here. But if the game stops and we get hurt, I'm gone. Football gonna continue. They'll move that ball up 10 yards and keep practicing. They'll give you claps at the game, roll you off, keep playing. Better take advantage of these moments because it's not about the game. It's about the people that are a part of the game. And the quicker they realize that from freshman on, and I've just left the middle school game, they'll realize it too. And that's how you build the program, in my opinion.
That's crazy. Like looking back, you know, middle school football, I'm 26 now. And, you know,
so much getting up there, 26.
So much stuff has changed in, you know, those 15 years. Like the game has changed.
Oh, yeah.
People have came and gone.
Yeah.
Good, you know, things are being done a different way.
That's the truth.
And it's just like you say, it's if you don't take advantage of those moments, they'll slip right by you. And like what hurts the most is when you see kids a part of a program, and you know, you always gonna have that one kid or two kids that, you know, they need you more than you need them. Mm. And it goes a long way. They might can produce for you on Friday nights, but you know, like you say, Monday through Wednesday,
boy,
you might be ready to put your hands on them.
Headaches,
but you know, everybody always has those kids. But at the end of the season, if everything comes to plan and they do everything that you prepared them to do, they're gonna be able to tell you thank you, and you're gonna be able to tell them thank you because they taught you a lesson. It might have been patience, it might have been, you know, anything. But to see that kid get a chance to go play at the next level, or even just get a chance to go to college, find a job or something like that, you did your job and they did their job. And that goes a long way.
That's the truth. Don't find your identity in this game. At the end of the day, we're here to, like you said, all the hats that we wear. If you think you're just a football player by the time you leave this program, we didn't serve you well. There's too many things that you have to do and endure just to feel like you just are recognized because of the football player you are. And that's why some of those kids, man, you want to like, hey, wake up. You can make plays. And at some point, these plays, there's no more plays to be made. Who are you? Life of a coach, brother.
Like
Life of a coach.
There's so many kids out there that, you know, look at Coach and they say, Coach went to Rice. Rice ain't been good, you know. But like, you know how kids think. If you didn't play at LSU, Alabama, Texas, you know, Ohio State, Penn State, you really didn't play football to them in their eyes. That's you know, they're not worried about nothing. You know,
they worry about nothing.
Nothing. They want big.
That's it.
That amazes me, man. We had a kid the other day. I was talking to he's a freshman, really good, and I was like, you know, you put that tape up. You're going to have the UTSAs, Texas States. You know, you're going to start building, you know. He's like, Coach, SEC. I'm like, no, not yet. You got to crawl before you walk, man.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's how you see nowadays. And you know what? Shout out to those guys. But, I think what you're starting to see right now is, the game's starting to level out a little bit. You know, obviously,
it's two guys at UTSA and Texas State. They can go play in the SEC, Big 12, Big 10. There's like what's that? The quarterback at Ole Miss.
Man, crazy. Yeah, he was at Ferris State.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like
just popped LSU.
But the fact of the matter is, like those coaches at Ferris State identified something and really built something, and that could take off. Shout out to him.
Yep.
No, shout out to those coaches.
They did their job. He did his job. Now it's like that's what kids don't realize. you can go develop here.
Oh yeah.
And take your time developing, understand the game a little more, get bigger, get faster, get stronger, and then you're gonna have 2 years or a year to go get paid and go do those things you want to do in front of everybody.
No doubt, man. Take your time. Like I said, don't rush.
Everybody's not ready for the Bamas. Everybody's not ready for the Michigans, Ohio States.
It's hard for a kid who has played all his life to go to college and not play for a while.
It's hard.
Man, it's hard. That's a tough pill to swallow. And at the end of the day, I tell my kids all the time, go play ball, man. Playing is why you love the game. Playing it. Not watching it, playing it.
You got to have that right mindset to go sit on that bench for 3 years.
It's a long time.
To know that I'm going to practice every week, go through all season. And Quinn, you are still going to be the start quarterback no matter what. He's going to have to get hurt or something for me to play. But I know in 2 to 3 years, it's going to be mine. You know how hard that is for a 16, 17-year-old kid to understand that?
It's hard, man, especially when you see, like you said, they see a certain thing. But
they see the Ryan Williams.
That's it.
You know, he was 16.
Yep. And we don't, like I said, we don't live in outliers, man. We don't live in outliers. Just stay the course. Your course may be different than somebody else's. Your journey may be different. Your story is way different.
That's great.
Do what's best for you and your family and stop looking outside in. And if the blessing of a UTSA or a Rice comes, well, you better count them.
You better count it.
If it's D2 school, stop turning your nose up. Because a lot of these kids are missing out on great opportunities because you're looking at what somebody else has, and that's not your story.
That's not your path.
It's not. Have faith in your plan and your work. And if you feel like you're going to overlook, go over there and play. But let me tell you this right now. D2 football is no joke. There's some cats out there, man. Cats that have been overlooked. Cats that are hungry. Football at the next level.
JUCO.
I'm telling you, football at the next level is no joke. These dudes.
And these kids, they got a lot of them ain't got no money.
Man.
They know this is it. They're going to do whatever it takes to get to that next spot. They've been in that weight room. You know, it's not just going to walk in and say, man, it's JUCO football. You know, I ain't got nothing to worry about. No. I've heard some JUCO stories.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard the JUCO living situation some places.
JC life is different.
So, Coach Hill, I know, we got to get you home, get you off the show, but I got to ask you a couple more questions. So now you're midway through the stretch. You're halfway through the season. We got a couple minutes through the district, not the season. We want to play football to December. That's the goal.
No doubt.
That's the goal. But we're at that halfway point. What's the biggest key right now? We got to keep guys healthy. Grades are kind of behind you right now. You got to make sure we're still getting, we're on top of grade, but you don't have to worry about losing anybody right now. Mm-hmm. But what's going on right now in Pflugerville?
Man, the biggest thing right now is again, once you get this late in the season, or into the regular season, people start looking, like you said, start looking at playoffs or start looking ahead to, okay, what do we got to do? Where are we at? Take care of your right now. And everything else will take care of itself. Like
that's for guys like me to worry about.
No doubt. And it's cool. Your parents can worry about it. But for the people in the room, for the people in the arena, hey, if you just take care of your right now, all the other stuff will take care of itself. We have a game on Friday against Hayes. That's what we need to worry about. Because if we don't take care of that, then all this planning ahead, it doesn't matter.
It does no good.
It doesn't matter. Now, we have our goals that are still intact. Can we win a district championship? Absolutely, we can. Can we get a home field playoff game? Absolutely, we can. The only way we can do that is to take care of Friday. And before Friday, we got to take care of tomorrow. So I think that's the biggest thing. Fight comfort. Play for somebody else.
That's huge. Well, Coach Hill, it's been great getting to sit down and talk to you finally. I'm glad we got to finally make this happen. Hopefully, we play a lot more football this year. I get you back on the show. We can talk again. That's the plan. I know everybody's goal around the state is to play in December.
That's it. Teams to remember play in December. That's what they say.
That's what everybody wants, and it's nothing like football in December. The weather's changed finally.
Different,
Everybody's in town for the holidays, and you're still playing football. And that's the goal.
Beautiful.
That's Christmas right there.
That's it, man.
That's it. I don't think there's any other present. Like, I can only imagine what it feels like for some of these coaches that have known every year.
That's the expectation.
We gotta, we can't be planning too much around the holidays because we got a state championship to go win.
Yep, we practicing.
And that's the tradition. That's what you're trying to build.
That's it, man. And like I said, step by step. But this place hasn't been there. And if they could taste it, and you could just trust it. Once you get a little piece of that December, once you get a little piece of late November, that Thanksgiving, oh man,
Thanksgiving, man. You practiced it on Thanksgiving. The whole community's out there watching.
We're gonna have breakfast, man. It's a different feeling when you are,
man.
Like I said, in them sweats, it's a little cold.
It's right around the corner too.
Yep, you got to go practice in the morning, man.
You got to stick with it.
Golly.
Well, Coach Hill, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show, taking the time out your day to come on Live for the Pines. It means a lot to me and the guys. We thank you. We wish you nothing but the best. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. It's showing. 5-1's hard to come at this time of the year, especially when you just got there. You didn't have a full off season. You didn't have a full spring. All those things. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. You're doing something right, Coach. Before we go, I want to give a big shout out to our guys at Zilker Belch. Use discount code PINES936 for all online orders. Can't forget our guy, little Malcom at Really Having. Shop Really Having for 15% off all online discounts. We thank you again. Coach Hill, good luck Friday night. Go get a big win.
I appreciate it. Go Pat.
Yes, sir.